It's the closing chapter on what has been a terrific Friday of this NCAA tournament in Columbus, Ohio. The top seed in the Midwest region, the North Carolina Tar Heels against the Iona College Gales. Washington took down Utah State, 17-point win. And the winner of this one will match up with Washington for a trip to the Sweet 16. Hi, everybody. We welcome you from Columbus. We've had a ton of great games, a lot of thrills and spills so far today, but I think we're all willing to get our eyes in the NCAA tournament on North Carolina, Chris. This is a team that is fully loaded and prepared to make a national championship run.
With a great leader in Coach Roy Williams as well. His experience definitely is going to carry a long way. But when you look at this, one of my favorite players in all of college this year, Luke May, when you've seen how he's improved year after year. I love that he's second in rebounding in his conference. How about Kobe White? Fourth all-time as far as points per game for a freshman scorer in the great history of North Carolina. And Cameron Johnson, just call him Mr. Steady. He gets it done. He's the stabilizer for this team.
Made a huge impact for the Heels on the transfer from Pitt. So Iona now, fourth consecutive NCAA tournament. They dominated the MAC. They're back here once again. It's a short rotation, but they have a ton of depth. I mean, not depth, but they have a ton of versatility in their rotation.
They're going to have to do everything. As Tante gets, check this kid out. He's going to be nice. But these four guys, Crawford, McGill, AG, they play as one unit. And if they play as one player, they can get a lot done. They understand it, but they understand they have a tall task ahead of them tonight, and they're going to have to play as one unit to get through it.
There is head coach Tim Cluse. Outstanding coach in his 9th year, approaching 200 wins, and the starting five. Iona may go 6 or 7 deep here tonight. They're going to try to slow this game down. Familiar starting five for the Tar Heels, and Roy Williams, 869 career wins, 28-0 in first-round games. He was 14-0 in the first round at Kansas. He is 14-0 in the first round as the head man at North Carolina. And let's get it going here tonight in Columbus. Big crowds have been here all day long. Washington awaits the winner, and North Carolina will control the tap, and away we go. The Tar Heels, 27 wins this year, 16-2 in the ACC. Shared the regular season title with Virginia. And it's Kobe White gets up the first shot and the first bucket of the game from the freshman.
That's what you love to see, your freshmen come out, not only be aggressive, but to have confidence, and better yet, to take a shot within the offense.
And the way he's played, looking like his only year at North Carolina. He is a star in the making, Kobe White, and they have plenty of star power up and down their roster. Gales moving the ball well. This is Ricky McGill, and an answer from McGill. McGill and Asante Gist. Those are the two that generate most of the offense. E.J. Crawford, a big scorer as well. But the ball's going to be in the hands of McGill and Gist. As Cam Johnson, no on the three, offensive board, lost the handle right into the hands of Tawan Agee. And a turnover, and those are the kind of mistakes that Iona cannot afford.
Yeah, and this is the play that North Carolina loves. Off of the dribble, the man with a lot of hair, Kobe, he can knock it down. See if he continues to stay aggressive as they try to get it inside to May.
And Luke May goes to work. That is Agee with the rebound. Agee's got some size, and he can jump. 6'9", the junior. Controlling those boards as best they can is always a key when you're in these kind of games. Far superior talent and athleticism for the top seed. But as we've seen over and over again in this tournament, the reason it's the madness, because you never know. And it's Ricky McGill, and he's 2 for 2.
McGill can light it up and light it up in a hurry. His confidence is at an all-time high all the time when you talk to his teammates. Iona has to secure the rebound to make sure they finish the defensive possession. Going to be very important tonight. Give up no offensive rebounds. They just did a great job there.
Garrison Brooks got smothered. Iona with the ball, 17-15. They were 12-6 in the MAC this year, and a great run to finish the season. They hit the transfer market pretty hard. A ton of JUCO players, 4-year transfers. This is Crawford. Averaged nearly 18 a game for the Gales. Shot clock at 3. And a tough three. And it'll be North Carolina ball.
McGill, the thing Iona has going for them is that they have 4 guards that can get shots on their own, but they are much better when they play as one, penetrating, kicking it out, getting it to the open man.
Cameron Johnson, first three is up, no good. And there's AG securing the boards early. Big man averages 8 rebounds a game. Ben Perez comes up empty.
Coach loves that shot by Perez. He just praised him and says, keep on shooting it. They got the look that they want. Maybe a little rushed, a little faster than they would like. It's still the same shot nonetheless.
First game for North Carolina since their thriller against Duke. It was a loss against the Blue Devils in the ACC tournament. One of the great games of the year. And that's going to be a hold. It's going to stay on this side of the floor. AG got a handful of Luke May and his first foul.
Kobe White that time, the great penetration, found the open man. No, he didn't knock down the shot, but you have to continue playing whether you make the buckets or not. Can you play the right way and still get the correct shots in the right spot? Good job by Kobe, already getting one for himself, but more importantly, his teammates in the spot that they need.
Andrea Rostanovic on the floor for the first time for the Gales, and White buries another three. Kobe White shot 36% from behind the arc, averaged 6.5 threes a game. He is a point guard, and he is a very good passer, but he's looking to score. Sets up Williams this time. Williams misses the layup into the hands of Johnson, and he knocks down the mid-range. Cam Johnson just keeps getting better and better, and maybe the key word there, healthier, and he gets better and better. Johnson's dealt with so many injuries. Spent 3 years at Pitt, one of those a redshirt year, now in his second year at North Carolina.
Great play call that time by Coach Roy Williams. You throw it out, let the big fella be the decoy, the offense or the defense centers in on him. What do? Sneak behind to a corner. Kobe White knocking it down from the corner.
Quick 6 for Kobe White. All-time leading high school scorer in North Carolina history. And he's got another one on the way. And that's Rostanovic, who pulls down the board. And the eye test early for a team like Iona. They've been able to control the defensive glass with AG and Rostanovic. It's about as big as they'll go. And I mentioned a short rotation. They've lost 3 players this year, 2 to injury, and 1 dismissed from the team. So that's why their rotation is so thin. Kobe White dumps it into May. And May taking on Rostanovic. No. Garrison Brooks fighting for the board. Come away from the pack. Ricky McGill.
Have to rebound by committee. Carolina has the size, and once you rebound, pick and choose your spots. When to be patient, for the most part, try to sneak one, speeding the pace up.
I notice they got Kenny Williams do the heels, guarding Asante Gist. Three-pointer is up, rattles down. So on AG, big man who can shoot the three. And now a turnover. It was AG who jumped the lane there. Gist, wow, look at this from deep.
If you play hard and run in your Iona, you can make that three-pointer be the key, almost a nullifying factor if you can get rebounds and not let them dominate inside.
And Garrison Brooks is fouled. We saw Tim Cluse just shaking his head. He does not want to get an up-and-down game with the North Carolina Tar Heels.
Our first ever tournament win as we go back to BA, C-Web, and Alley.
All right, Adam, thanks. We'll be keeping an eye on that one in that bar top of your screen. Keep you posted on all that is going on in this evening session. A lot of these second games of the evening session, the 4th game of the day, as we wrap up the opening round of the NCAA tournament. Garrison Brooks knocks down both free throws. North Carolina back in the lead 10-9. 3-point shooting by the Gales of Iona has kept them in it. They've hit 3 threes. All their made field goals are threes. Gist to McGill. This is Crawford now, and the lefty fires and buries number 4 for Iona.
The running trap defense of North Carolina did not do anything to Iona at all. Why? Because they have 4 ball handlers on the floor, all comfortable with handling pressure.
Johnson lost the handle. Deflected away. And again, it's White. Short. And Rustanovic with the rebound, and he's pushed from behind. Controlling that defensive glass with AG on the bench. Rustanovic. And how about the 3 from Crawford?
Again, AG, McGill, Crawford, Gist, these guys can let it fly. And when they play as one unit, you can't just zero in on one guy. And yes, McGill will knock him down. Already 3 for 3 from the 3-point line. Crawford now adding to it. And
those 3 players combined shoot nearly 14 threes per game. McGill, Crawford, and Gist. This is Perez with the ball, gives it up. Rustanovic.
Rustanovic trying to take May outside, and at the same time, May ducking in right there. Teammate just missed him, but working hard on both ends, the big fella May.
True TV right now. Liberty, Mississippi State coming right down to the wire. That's on True TV. Catch the end of that. Stay with us here. Iona has the lead and the ball. Crawford on the drive. Crawford goes right into May. Rustanovic can't get the putback. And Rustanovic recovers. New shot clock here. On the take, Gist gives it. Rustanovic for 3. Oh, his second try is good. He didn't take many during the regular year, just 58 attempts, only made 20. But he's fired up 2 thus far, and he hits his first.
You ever want to know how a team is playing? Just look at the benches. North Carolina, they're in it for the long run, but their bench is sitting down. But they're celebrating.
Nasir Little given a lot of room to work. He misses the little mid-range, and it's going to be a North Carolina foul. 5 made threes.
Great pass right there by Asante, getting the defense up, understanding his personnel. KYP, know your players, know your personnel, and he knows the big fella is bringing May out of the paint. That's good because, again, he's the second leading rebounder in his conference, the ACC. And when you bring him out, it gives your team a chance for some rebounding lanes as well.
One thing Iona does know is they know how to win. They have not lost a game since early February. February 8, their last loss, as they went 12-6 in the MAC and had a great finish to that season. A little fadeaway by AG. North Carolina, the fastest pace in the country, and they go fast, and White scores, and he is fouled, and he's right at the head of the attack.
This kid is something special. It's a difference between playing fast and playing with pace. He is one of the special guards that can do both, and at all times he seems to be settled. And to me, watching a freshman be that mature with that much game, getting other guys involved, that's fun to watch.
Now the rest of the team just 1 for 12. Kobe White is 3 for 5 and a couple of threes. Misses the free throw. Another opportunity for North Carolina. Kenny Williams knocks it down. Williams first made bucket. More substitutions for Roy Williams as Brandon Robinson waits to check in. This is McGill, gives it to Crawford. Gist, ball's moving well. Perez wide open. Rattles in and out. I love the ball movement.
That's exactly what they want, moving around that perimeter. But at the same time, you got to get back, because when Kobe White gets the ball, he's a one-man fast break. Whether it is in the offense or whether he's just pushing the pace to get the offense set up.
Nasir Little just bullying his way in. One of the great prospects, one of the top recruits in the country, Nasir Little, freshman from Florida. Hasn't been the kind of season that they had hoped out of Nasir Little, but he is a major athletic presence. And in a game like this, he could go off.
I'll tell you what, if they win the championship, it'll be the season that they all wanted. And if Crawford hits a few more of these threes, he's going to give Iona fans something to shout about.
Johnson gets it back into the hands of his point guard, Kobe White. Looks for the screen from May. This is Williams. Three-pointer is up. And May keeps it alive. It's going to be a foul on Ricky McGill. North Carolina ball when we continue. All right, let's take a look at the Marriott Bonvoy Tournament summary. How about Houston taking down Georgia State? They keep rolling. 32nd win of the year. Washington advancing out of the Pac-12. You saw Oregon and Washington advance, and the numbers for Roy Williams in the first round. So, C-Webb, we got some housekeeping to do here. They looked at that last foul that was a common foul on the floor, determined it was a hook and hold.
Yeah, would love to see that play because it was players boxing out. Would love to see that play again.
So the foul belonged to Ricky McGill. 2 shots in the ball. It was upgraded to an F1.
Right, this is flagrant, so it has to be serious.
Yeah, not much there to see. That may have been a different play, and Ricky McGill now on the bench.
Woo.
Now that hook and hold has been a big story. That's actually our first one we've had all day here in Columbus, and this is game 4.
Well, it's a concentration. Just wanted to see if you could actually see the hook and hold, because when you are undersized and you got athletes going up like that, you got to box out any way you can at times.
AG pulls down the board, and he is fouled. Tawan AG, he has been terrific on the glass already. He's got 4 boards already. He's 9.5 minutes into this one. Little was called for the foul. Iona with a basketball. Down 3. They've hit 5 threes already, 5 for 12 from behind the arc. McGill on the bench. Perez. AG takes a peek. Crawford nowhere to go with it. In trouble now. Got to get one up. Tough shot with 2 on the shot clock, and it's ripped down and lost out of bounds. Brandon Robinson, his first minutes of the game, slips out of his hands. Turnover. North Carolina introducing delicious orange vanilla Coke and orange vanilla Coke 0 sugar. Tar Heels the 1 seed, their 17th #1 seed, and this run, you mentioned it at the beginning of our broadcast, Chris, the last 4 years have been off the charts good for the Tar Heels, and a program that is off the charts good. How about 3 #1 seeds and a 2 seed in the last 4 seasons?
I'm talking to Coach Roy Williams, and I mean, for him to say, you know, if you really look at this historically, we're having one of the greatest runs in Carolina history. I thought that was basketball blasphemy at one point until you say, wait a minute, look at the numbers as you see the charge taken by Carolina. You say, wait a minute, this team is pretty good.
Now Ricky McGill back on the floor, commits the foul. Let's hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, during that time when McGill was on the bench, him and Coach really got into a heated argument. During the timeout, Coach was trying to draw up specifically what happened on the previous play and what he did wrong. And McGill was arguing, and he wasn't having anything that Coach was saying. So Coach said, get out of my huddle. He got up, he subbed him out, and then they spent some time on the bench together reviewing the play, making sure he understood. Because he said to the team, no, you guys, we're not breaking up this fight, because if he doesn't understand right now what just happened, it's going to continue to happen all game. So he made sure it was fully cleared up before he subbed him back in.
Well, that's a great coaching job, Allie, because the coach should always win in these situations. And guess what? McGill came out that first play and got a steal.
When Little goes to the basket, that's an offensive foul. In there standing his ground was Asante Gist. This was the argument Allie is referencing, and he immediately sends McGill out.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have time to explain it. We've gone over this for weeks. We've worked on this. So right now, you get out of the huddle. This is my team. The bench is my best friend, because that's how I police you and make you listen. Just have 30 seconds on the bench, which will feel to a starter like 10 minutes. And guess what? You come back in and work your butt off on the defensive end.
Just a little timeout.
Just a little
bit. Like with your kids.
That's right.
Inside. Stanovic will turn around. It's good.
Oh, I like his game.
From Belgrade, Serbia, he is a freshman with some skills beyond the arc at 6'11". He's a guy that can show up in a tournament like this against the bigger teams and have a major impact.
Because his skill travels. The face-up. No, he can't go inside. Great finish right there by Johnson, knocking it down. He can't go inside and post you up, but he can definitely get space and make your bigger, more athletic players kind of play on a swivel and wonder when is he going to let it fly or pump fake you and drive to the hole.
North Carolina back on top. The answer is good, and the threes are flying for Iona. And the Gales regain the lead. Boy, this is fun. Shots are going. Good pace to the game. Here's Little now. He hangs. He scores. Heck, and he bounced.
That's when you're Iona. You just don't have enough size, but you can't use that as an excuse. Coach has laid out a plan for that. Get to the big fella in the middle of the boxes. He's coming down. Meet him early, and you can stop that. You can stop that and use their size against them.
Crawford, the left-hander. Now Gist probing. Gist gets into the lane. And he scores! The quick release on the layup.
Nice hands up. He made the defenders think he was going to shoot a jump shot. Look at the pace by Carolina. They're running for it.
After a made basket.
Oh, they get out and they run.
Got to be the quickest pace in the Roy Williams era here at North Carolina. A quarter of their possessions are in transition. Make or miss. They're moving it quickly. Gist gets by Seventh Woods. Dishes to the corner. And McGill with a three. How about this? The Iona Gales. They've already hit 10 shots. 7 of those are three-pointers. 7 for 15 from beyond the arc. Cam Johnson lines it up. Too strong. Little flying high for the foul.
North Carolina relentless at attacking the basket and, more importantly, keeping the pace in which they play. They don't let the score dictate that. But right now, if you're Iona, three-pointers in speed can neutralize the size of North Carolina.
Coming out of the MAC, the tournament champs. They beat Monmouth last Wednesday on the 13th of March. They've had 9 days off. There's a turnover by Crawford. And Perez got a hand on it. On the floor, asked for a timeout. And they give him one. Then Perez hits the deck, forcing a Carolina turnover. The three ball. Big part of the story so far. Iona's got 7 of them. Here's a look at the Progressive first half game summary. And the three ball. 7 of the 10 made field goals for Iona. Has them tied with the top seed, the North Carolina Tar Heels. Carolina with plus 10 on the second chance points. Ricky McGill has 12. He leads all scorers. Carolina has gotten points from 6 different players at this point. Iona has the ball in a tie game. Sante Gist, and that one falls. Oh, rattle and hum. Number 8 for Iona. Well, this is something, a shooting barrage by the Gales. They normally want to play fast. They like the pace of North Carolina. They just know they can't really do that against Carolina. May misses, and it's run down by Asante Gist.
That's the thing about the tournament. It doesn't matter who you were before you got here. You're going to have to change your game plan and just become a basketball team and adjust on the fly. Iona is going to have to pick and choose their spots, when to speed it up.
Ricky McGill, another one's down. McGill's got 15. 5 for 5 from beyond the arc for McGill. Got his hands on that. May misses the layup. Into the hands of Gist. Boy, Iona.
Look at those guys fighting inside, and that's what you love. And when you have rules like the three-point line, and you have guys now that can dribble and they're more skilled than just catching it in one spot and can't dribble, but can do multiple things, you can definitely neutralize the size of a team, as Crawford is trying on that long three. But they just need to get back on defense and make sure they shore it up inside.
Crawford just 2 points. One of their best scorers, averages nearly 18 a game. Made for 3. No. Perez with the rebound. It's a 9-2 Iona run. They have their biggest lead. 6-point advantage for the 16 seed. Never saw a 16 beat a 1 until last year. UMBC over Virginia. And that has just opened the door enough for all these 16 seeds moving forward. Crawford slams one off the backboard.
Beautiful with the right. They did not want him to go left to his strong hand. He didn't need that. He finished strong inside. Crawford not just settling for the threes.
He's got 4. Now May kicks it. Woods. May back tap. to keep it alive. Here's Johnson now, three-pointer, no. And that'll be North Carolina ball. They'll get a third shot at this. Timeout on the floor.
Crawford trying to drive the bigger May inside. Speed kills.
Coverage of the NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Subway, now delivering to your front door. And by AT&T, more for your thing. That's our thing.
A reminder, you can watch every game live on your phone, tablet, computer, favorite streaming device. March Madness Live. You can watch now at ncaa.com/March Madness or download the app today. North Carolina with the ball. It's a third opportunity here on this trip down the floor, and May misses another layup with the putback. I think Restanovich had more to do than that with May. And finally, North Carolina gets one to go. They had missed 6 of their last 7. It's a 6-point Iona lead out of the MAC. Iona's made 8 of their last 9 shots. They've hit 9 threes in this first half against the Tar Heels.
If it wasn't for the players, Kobe White, where would this game be right now?
Got a hand check on White. Foul on North Carolina. Iona ball when we continue.
Need to check your bracket? Hey Siri, show me the NCAA tournament schedule.
3:13 remaining in the first half, and AT&T at the half is coming your way shortly. Scores and highlights, latest tournament news, it's all coming up. AT&T at the half. So they gave the foul to Leaky Black on that last possession, not to Kobe White. And Iona has the ball, shot clock down to 10. McGill in their top scorer. And here's Restanovich.
Man, he has a high arcing shot. Restanovich just definitely not trying to get his shot blocked. May getting some post position inside. His team just missed it.
Williams. Now Kobe White's hit a couple of threes already. Williams, the jumper, no. Black with the rebound, gives it up. And again, second opportunity here for North Carolina. White fires a 3, and it's Crawford with the rebound. Another empty possession. Had a couple of looks at it, did Carolina.
Iona needs to use the clock right now. I'm sure their coaches told them when North Carolina is up at half, they're 22-0. That's right, they haven't lost yet, but wait, when they're trailing or tied 5 and 6, it means you give yourself a better opportunity. Use the clock judiciously.
This gets everybody's attention when a 16 seed is doing what Iona is doing right now. Restanovich, that high arcing 3 into the neck. And here comes Kobe White, wanting to move it. Got Johnson on the wing. May down low. Johnson inside to May. Got good position. And finally, May finishes near the rim.
May's going to figure it out. He's going to find a way. He's their senior leader. He wants to make sure that he extends their run as far as possible to the championship. Impossible. But Asante, McGill, and Crawford, they have other ideas.
May had been 1 for 7, just his second made basket. He's had a lot of looks inside as well. Here's Gist. He's open for 3, and he buries another one. Asante Gist, his third 3. And the 10th for Iona after the make. White flying down the lane. No shot. Foul on the floor.
Asante Gist, come and get some. The smallest player on the court has already got a big rebound inside. Caused a little bit of havoc. You know he's going to do it on the defensive end. But offensively, he has a wetter. You better watch out for him. Again, Crawford, McGill. These guys can let it fly.
Johnson will sit. Brandon Robinson in. Minute 12 remaining in the half. Earlier today, 16-seed Gardner-Webb had a halftime lead on Virginia. Here's May. In and out. Flying high is Williams. That was partially blocked. Got his own and puts it back. 5-point game. Iona with the lead in the ball. Under a minute to go in this first half. Think about this, Chris. 16 seeds have never led 2 games against top seeds at the half on the same day. Iona's trying to do what Gardner-Webb did, even though Virginia had to come back to win that game. Virginia, North Carolina, Duke, the 3 ACC teams as top seeds. That's a held ball. Iona has the possession arrow.
And again, when you have guard play, you're going to see the tie-up. Great job right there by Robinson and Williams. But when you have great guard play, you do not have to panic because you have ball handlers that can get their shot at the last second or maybe even get someone on a duck in. You can be patient.
Shot clock down to 5. Here's Kiss. Tough shot. And Leaky Black with the board. Here come the heels. Johnson. Shot clock is off. Leaky Black. Oh, he traveled. He traveled. The freshman turns it over. And Iona will take over. Shot clock off. 19-8 remaining in this half. Roy Williams has got to keep himself cool on the bench. He battles vertigo. He dropped earlier this year in a game against Clemson. That one burned him.
I think you can tell him or Coach Huggins that I don't think they're going to stop at all. And I'm sure their wives are really the ones letting them know, hey, stay calm over there. But Coach Williams, he's coaching for a championship. He'll worry about everything a little bit later. I expect to see his coat off in the second half.
Iona's taking advantage of the turnovers. 7-0 points off turnovers for Stopovich for 3. Got to hurry. And that'll take us to the end of the first half. The Iona Gales, the 16 seed. They've got a lead at the half against North Carolina. The dominant team in the MAC shooting the lights out here in Columbus. 10 made threes in the first half. They went 10 for 21, and all but 4 of their made baskets come from behind the arc. McGill had 12, Gist had 11. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce with Tim Cluse.
Coach, let's start on offense. You shot 50% out there, made 10 3-pointers. How are you able to create those opportunities for your team?
I think we move the ball well. We try to space them out pretty well, and we're trying to take advantage of little gaps that we may find. But the biggest thing is for us to share and make extra passes.
You held North Carolina to just 33 points. How were you able to fluster them in that first half?
I think our guys just working with a lot of energy right now, and we have to hope we come out in the second half and do the same thing.
The only thing offensively you didn't do was get to the free throw line. Would you like to see them attack more in the second half?
Yeah, you know, we're attacking a lot of sides. I actually thought in a couple of our attacks we had kicks for open shots and we forced a couple. So I'm fine with us taking open threes. So I want to keep sharing, getting the easy ones.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
The MAC Coach of the Year, Tim Cluse. For the first time in NCAA tournament history, a 16 seed has a lead over a 1 seed at the half. We'll send you to AT&T at the half. After these messages, you're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship.
Coverage of the NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament is sponsored by Progressive. Get slam dunk savings today. Visit Progressive.com. Orange Vanilla Coke. Yeah, you heard that right. Bright House Financial. Build for what's ahead. And by Samsung Galaxy Buds.
Second half awaits Columbus, Ohio, and the Axe first half stats. North Carolina missing 27 shots, including 10 3-pointers. Did out-rebound Iona, but Iona with the lead. Allie LaForce with the North Carolina head coach, Roy Williams, a moment ago.
Coach, after an uncharacteristic first half for you, what was your message to the team at halftime?
Well, we got to have more emotion. We got to have more passion in what we're doing defensively. We know they're going to try to shoot threes, and they don't play it. It's as fast pace as they've been doing all year. They're controlling tempo, but we got to play with more passion on the defensive end on the floor, and on offense, be positive what we're doing. We're shooting the ball, acting half scared, and we got to do a better job there. But you know, they shot 10 for 21 from three-point line. We got to guard the three-point shot better too.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Allie, thanks. Thanks to Roy Williams. I think he hit it on the head. It's a lot of talk about effort, and this NCAA tournament can tighten up even the best of players.
14 for 30 field goals for Iona, and on the other side, 13 for 40 for North Carolina. Coach being a little tough on his team, saying that they're scared. I wouldn't say that. That's him putting pressure. But I tell you who's not scared, and that is A.G., McGill, Crawford, Gist. They're letting it fly. This is like the moment they have been waiting for, and they're making the most of it.
They play a very short rotation. They played 6 guys tonight, has Iona. They found their current starting 5, which is now 10-0 with this particular group. They lost 3 players, 2 to injury. 1 was eliminated off the team. And we open up the second half with a Cam Johnson 3. No fear in that stroke.
What a play. I mean, Coach Roy Williams calls a flare screen for a 3. You know who's not scared? Coach Williams. He's like, we're going to let it fly. I'm going to make you make it fly.
Now, this is North Carolina's 14th game as a #1 seed versus a 16 seed. Only trailed at halftime 1 other time. 1997 against Fairfield. They ended up winning that game by 8 after trailing by 7. So we're in uncharted territory. But the Heels come out firing, and they've hit their first 2 shots. Luke May, who had a rough first half, especially the early part of the first half. He's starting to get going now. May has 8 points.
Can't forget who they're playing. They just can't give up. Screen and rolls, wide open shots to the Carolina team. Too tough, too easy for them.
Here's McGill for 3. Another one's down. McGill has been lights out. Quickly, May running the floor. Misses another layup and the putback. Can't celebrate after a make if you're Iona.
Yeah, that was AG. That was the big fella. The guards, even if they celebrate, the big fellas better run back because May, the guards can't do anything with him. AG says, my fault, and I'm sure he'll try to make up for it on the next play by running down court as fast as he can.
The pace of this Carolina team after McGill hit his 5th 3-pointer. He's 5 for 5 from behind the arc. Gist is 3 for 5 from 3-point range. Crawford sets up, Gist this time. And Johnson with a rebound, and here come the Heels. Point guard Kobe White, blazing fast. May finds Johnson, and Johnson scores inside.
Just like that, Carolina takes the lead. The inside, the big passing, big to big, great pass by May. And again, White, the floor leader, keeping the pace, pushing the rock.
McGill gives it up. Long 3 for Gist. Rounds in and out. Kenny Williams starts the break. 3-pointer is up for White. Comes up short. Right into the hands of May. And May is fouled. Free throws coming for Luke May. Good passing. Cameron Johnson has a 3 and a 2 from close range to start this half. Carolina by a point. May will shoot a pair. He's got 10 now. May still just 4 for 12 from the field, but he's 3 for 3 from the line. Hey, Tracy Morgan and Tiffany Haddish are back in the TBS original series, The Last OG, premiering April 2nd only on TBS. 2 for 2 for Luke May. Carolina up 3. That's been a quick turnaround for the Heels.
Not surprised that May knocks him down. Just look at his increased percentage. Every year he's been in North Carolina, he's improved at the free throw line, shooting over 70%.
AG. Garrison Brooks on him. Picks his dribble up. Tough shot. And a foul on Brooks. AG got a little separation there. Looked like he was stuck down on the baseline.
Kind of gets a little elbow room to pump fake, but here a little bit of a hook. Any way you can get it up when you don't have size. How about this? Because of the pace of North Carolina, Iona, 4 of their players are behind half court, expecting White to push the ball right at him.
And AG looks around, nobody to high five after that made free throw. Hey, the Bleacher Report app connects you to the moments that matter faster. Follow your friends and give your take on highlights, scores, and more. You can download the BR app today. 2 for 2 for AG. Air 5s. Everybody back for Iona. Kobe White will get into the North Carolina playbook here.
AG has a tough job inside. He's going to have to man the middle, and he's undersized with both players. That's why he's giving up the shot going back, because he has to play defense and rebound. Tough for him to do with the undersized Iona team.
Garrison Brooks doesn't give him a whole lot of offense. As wide open as he could be from 13 feet. Agee on the drive, stops White all over it, forces a turnover into the hands of Brooks. That was all Kobe White. White finds some open space. It's the jumper. Crawford with the rebound.
Now it's time to push it, Brian. You have to make sure that you push it whenever you can. Not to get a bad shot, just to see what you have and then move it out. Coach, right now, I want you saying, listen, let's move the ball, get some cuts, don't be stagnant.
If you're just joining us, Iona likes to play a fast-paced game, but they know they have to slow it down against North Carolina. May's going to pick up the foul as he trips up McGill.
McGill jumps up and looks at the big fella of North Carolina like, I'm ready for tonight. And Johnson kind of just steps back, backs off. But the guard play of Iona, the only thing that's keeping them in the game right now, their scrappiness. And can they penetrate, get inside the paint, draw two, and try to kick it out to an open man?
At this four-guard lineup, Iona. McGill leads all scorers with 15. He gives it up. Crawford, the southpaw. No. Look at Agee, and it's swatted by Johnson. What a play. Great hands by Cameron Johnson.
They've got to push it up the floor as well. Almost got to travel there, but May dunking in, getting the shot that he wants.
And he gets the friendly bounce. May starting to surge right now. He's had a great second half. He's got 14 on the board. Another turnover. White with the strip. Williams passes it up, now goes to the hole and a block. Free throws for Williams. Agee commits the foul. Timeout. Carolina. Much better start to this half. The games are over. Casey Stern, Seth Davis, Brendan Haywood, Candace Parker, and Pitt Panthers head coach Jeff Capel have all the highlights and analysis inside March Madness, presented by Buick. It's later tonight, and it's only on True TV.
I hope Coach Capel keeps Candace and the big fella, Brendan, you know, got a lot going on there. Candace's team played earlier tonight. I'm sure Brendan is biting his nails right now, confident in his team, but still a little nervous. So hopefully Coach keeps him okay up there.
Candace has the needle going for Brendan Haywood after last year. Tennessee lost last year to Loyola Chicago. So Williams hits the first free throw. Let's check in with Allie LaForce. What do you have, Allie?
Well, Coach Kluse was telling the team in the huddle, he said, you're out there trying to play one-on-one basketball. We're not going to win playing one-on-one. He says one guy drives, four other players are standing around just looking. He said we have to attack and kick. They had their run. Now let's make ours.
Tim Kluse, year number 9. Thank you, Allie. He's got 198 wins. Second time he won MAC Coach of the Year. As he picks up that honor this season, his 5th NCAA tournament and the 4th consecutive for the Gales. Here's Perez. Three-pointer, no. May clears the board. Agee hits the deck. Bullet pass. What a look! And the finish by Garrison Brooks. Well, Kobe White set that up from the get-go and rips one to his big man.
This is where Iona is going to have to keep their patience. It was offensive foul last time on Agee. It wasn't called. So what? Keep on playing. You can't get caught up with the officials right now. Use the energy of your crowd. And again, drive for each other. Attack, draw two, kick it out.
Tawan Agee and a wrestle for position. Little fadeaway is good on 1 foot. That snaps a 7-0 North Carolina run. Inside again, Brooks goes strong, misses with the left. Asante Gist will get into the hands of Ricky McGill. Under 14 minutes here. Iona had the lead at the half by 5, another 1-footer. May's got the board. Cameron Johnson. And here's May. Little turnaround. No, short. Garrison Brooks, the offensive board and a putback.
Brooks is going to work inside, and Cameron Johnson is doing a great job of securing the rebound and then pushing it up, putting not only in a tough spot because they can't communicate who should they check.
Outscoring Iona 20-7 this half. McGill, that's his first miss from three-point range. Quickly up ahead. Now White. Williams. Inside May. Boy, inside, outside. Great ball movement. And the three-pointer is true. Cam Johnson. That was a clinic in passing for North Carolina. Only Belmont had more assists this year than the Tar Heels. They were second in the nation. Getting some action inside. The bullet pass by White. And now Carolina up 11 in Columbus. The top seed starting to put some stakes down. Lowe's brings us the second half game summary. Second half shooting. North Carolina 9 for 14. Iona just 2 for 9 and 1 for 7 from behind the arc. Carolina down 5 at the half. They put 23 on the board in the second half already.
Yeah, 23-7 run right now. It just looks like Iona can't get the shots that they want. Partly is they're responsible. They have to take their time, get back to how they played in the first half with patience, penetration, and unselfishness.
Crawford now. He's got Nasir Little on him. Little just into the game. And May with the rebound. They clear it, one and done. Another missed three. 1 for 8 from behind the arc in the second half for Iona. Here's May in the corner for 3. And it's Gist with the board. Does Iona have a run in on Crawford goes. Crawford is fouled on the floor.
Look at his presence of mind, how beautiful this is. He knew he was falling down. Incidental contact. The ref's not going to call that. Can you keep it in play? That's the great thing about having some really good guards. You're going to save some possessions.
Ricky McGill, the senior, New York native. Back on the floor comes Garrison Brooks. May will get a breather here. 12:26 remaining in this second half. And McGill. Little was closing quickly. And the hot shooting of the first half has cooled off in the second half. Little goes. Little scoop is in. Left-handed scoop by Nasir Little is good. Quickly on the attack. And a foul as Asante Gist gives North Carolina a little taste of their own medicine.
You want to see that if you're an Iona fan because you only have 2 free throws, but look at that beautiful left-hand layup by Little.
So free throws for Asante Gist. Started his collegiate career at Eastern Kentucky. Big scorer there. Averaged 16 a game in his freshman year, transferring to Iona. Complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament is on NCAA.com right now. Women's Final Four, April 5th and 7th. And Gist knocks him down. 77% free throw shooter and some much needed points for Iona. Carolina by 11 with the ball. 12 minutes to go. It's a 14-4 Carolina run. Johnson gives it up. Good pass. Brooks scores.
Right there, just too big, too strong, and great execution right there. The wonderful pass. Getting it inside by Johnson.
Well, Iona's only played 7 guys, basically 6 in the mainline rotation. You wonder when fatigue becomes a factor, and Agee turns it over. On the move, here's Little. Look out, Little hangs. He's fouled. Count it. And 1 for Nasir Little.
You love this reaction. You love this passion. If you're a Carolina fan, you believe in this team. You want them to play with that chemistry.
Buick expectations shattering performance of the day. You can tune into Inside March Madness presented by Buick and find out. Brian Anderson with Chris Weber, Allie LaForce, our producer Scott Cockrell, director Andrew Greathouse. 62-47. North Carolina with the lead, and a free throw coming here, trying to cap off a 3-point play for Nasir Little. And a much different story here in this second half, as North Carolina's plus 20 in this half. Make it plus 21 as Little makes it a 3-point trip. 11:20 remaining.
1 for 8 from the 3-point line for Iona this second half. first half they got great looks because it came off of penetration. This half, guys have been trying to kind of do it themselves and see if they can settle down, because now is the moment of truth. You can't just make a comeback on North Carolina.
Ustanovich, he's in the corner. High arcing three. No. Iona missing 9 of their last 10 three-point tries. Kobe White goes. No, and it's Perez with the rebound.
I have to love Kobe White's demeanor. Doesn't get too frustrated, and always keeps that pace up.
Gist on the take. Gist had it blocked, but a foul. Williams got up high and got a piece of the shot, but he fouls him with the body. And that's going to send Asante Gist to the free throw line. Gist averaging 12.5 a game. 77% free throw shooter. The junior from East Orange, New Jersey. Now introducing delicious Orange Vanilla Coke and Orange Vanilla Coke Zero Sugar. Fourth and final game of the day in this opening round in Columbus, Ohio. Start zeroing in on the round of 32 tomorrow. And then trips to the Sweet 16 on the line tomorrow and Sunday. Well, Little got away with a walk.
Yeah, this is that moment of truth that we talked about. Iona moving into the press right now. They know that 10 minutes down and down by them more than 10. You're in a tough spot against a good Carolina team.
Carolina up 14. White patient. And McGill jumped that lane. And that's going to be North Carolina ball. 7 on the shot clock.
Coach Williams calming his team down and just called it inbounds play. So if you're Iona, you want to make sure you communicate on the screen, specifically the back screens where a man is going into the paint. Communicate and make sure that you get the man that is screening is popping out to the three-point line.
Saw Perez go to the bench. Jonathan Maxwell, spot minutes in the first half, back on the floor. Shot clock at 3. White's got to hurry. Turnaround, long 3, air ball, and a shot clock violation. And the kind of stand that Iona needed. Roy Williams told Allie LaForce what he saw out of his team in the first half was not a lot of passion. Didn't cover the three-point line. Iona hit 10 threes in that first half, and a totally different story here in half number 2. They've only made 1 in the second half. Crawford, and he lost the handle right into the hands of Brooks. White in transition. White goes, and that's a block, and 1 for Kobe White. Took the contact, scores the layup, and another opportunity to three-point possession for the Heels. He's so shifty. It's hard to get in front of the guy.
Yeah, but I think that was good defense right there. You get set, and that's the best that you can do. You're not going to block the shot. You want to try to put him in a tough position, whether to travel or go right through you. But I tell you again, so impressed with Kobe White and his maturity.
Misses the free throw, and that's going to be a foul on Brooks. So Iona ball as Garrison Brooks picks up the foul. Carolina with 33 first half points. They scored 32 points in the first 10 minutes and change of this second half. Crawford open over Little. Misses again. Crawford's now 1 of 6 from behind the arc. And there's a steal. McGill on the way, and the layup is good. So the Carolina turnover. It's a 14-point Carolina lead.
He's going into their match and their trap to try to get Carolina to shoot it quick. And they are going to shoot it quick, and they're going to knock it down, as Little says. Thank you very much.
Under 9 minutes to go. Crawford again. He just can't buy one right now. Shaking his head all the way down. He knew it right from the time it left his hands. He's 1 for 7 from behind the arc. Kobe White probing now. One step back, long 2. And look at Robinson with a back tap and nobody home. McGill, he'll pull up a three. And Brooks with the board.
That was the right play for McGill right there. You got a little bit of space. You just need to knock him down.
Good lead, two-handed flush. Nasir Little. Kenny Williams set him up.
This is when your talent, your coaching, all of your hard work comes to the forefront if you're North Carolina, and the more talented team, once you get up, you do not take your foot off the pedal.
Awaiting the winner here is Washington out of the Pac-12. Just on the ground. And now in a scramble, Crawford goes and is fouled. So turning something out of nothing there, and almost a turnover for Iona. Explosive to the basket. What a leave, huh?
Beautiful finish inside. Anytime you can flush it strong. Coach wants some passion, he'll give you some passion.
One rewarding performance. And how about Luke May? Battled through it, Chris. He was 1 for 7 to start this game. 4 for 8 sets. Luke May close to a double-double. He's got 14 points, 8 rebounds. 4 of those 8 rebounds are offensive boards. As Crawford hits the first free throw. And those two right there, Kenny Williams and Luke May, the two that have been a part of this program. May, a walk-on. Williams was headed to VCU until Shaka Smart went to Texas. And they've been a part of this amazing run for North Carolina. 3 #1 seeds in the NCAA tournament and a #2 seed in those 4 years, and a national championship.
Good defense inside by Iona. Now you have to finish the play with the rebound if you get them to miss.
Here's Kenny Williams for 3 at the end of the shot clock. It's wrestled down by Rastanovich. Can't buy a three-pointer in the second half. McGill's hit the only one in the second half. He had been 5 for 5. Well, that's too easy. White just jumps the lane on a lazy pass. White throws the elbow. That's an offensive foul.
I know the crowd doesn't like it, but that's a good call. White trying to just get a little more space, but great job right there by Gist getting back in the play. Sante stealing a possession for his team, and now he needs to push the ball up, and Iona should only play in 1 gear, and that's hyperspeed right now.
Which is their normal pace, even though their rotation is thin. They like to go fast. And Crawford lost the handle. He was touched last by White. That'll be Iona ball. 17 remaining on the shot clock. Under 7 minutes to go. Washington awaits, taking down Utah State. 17-point win for the Huskies. Here's Gist. Harrison Brooks with the board. That was a long 2.
3 for 17 for Iona this half. You think North Carolina came out with defense on their mind?
Inspired by the Roy Williams halftime speech. There's Luke May. The chance come out of Luke. Last year averaged 17 a game, shot 43% from 3, did May. Numbers down a bit this year, especially the 3-point percentage numbers. Oh, finally gets one to go. May again, lost the handle. It's a block. AG angry at that call. Sprints down to the other side.
Yeah, the AG has the right sentiment. Put your shoulder down. That is a charge, but hey, calls can go both ways at times. Can you get the possession back with your hard-earned defense and work through the frustration?
So Rastanovich will check back into the game. AG knows he's done as he fouls out. And he will finish with 9 points, 5 boards. And out of the game with 6:11 remaining. AG did a terrific job in that first half, especially securing the defensive boards. Tawan Agee, just a junior. So a quick look at the clock, and they'll put the shot clock at 25. And North Carolina ball.
Kobe just attacking those corners in the zone, running like a speed demon from side to side.
Williams for three. Pretty shot. Got one dribble. Got some open space. Kenny Williams now with 8. It's his first 3 of the game. North Carolina's made 17 buckets in the second half. 17 for 27. Crawford is fouled. Carolina has all the pieces, don't they? A lot of balance. They can shoot the 3 ball. Big size, great athleticism. That guy's been a difference maker. Cameron Johnson, first team All ACC. Averaging nearly 17 points a game. Now football continuing with the AAF, the Alliance of American Football, on TNT. You can stream it on BR Live all season long. Garrison Brooks will head to the bench. And 2 free throws for E.J. Crawford.
I want to impress right now. They have to try to make sure that they trap. Get the balls in the corner. As soon as you do that, trap, but communicate on the defensive end.
Good block. Johnson went to the hole, ends up in the hands of Williams. Hey, takes Bostanovic, and he turns it over right into the hands of Ricky McGill. Push it. Gist. Crawford on the drive, finds McGill. Close out well. And here's Gist for 3, no. Williams out of the break, gives it up. White, pull up 3, short. That'll be Iona ball.
Tell you what, Carolina can get after it defensively, and that's why Coach Roy Williams was so frustrated in the first half. Passion can mean a lot of different things, and coaches speak, and can mean everything from executing the way we worked on it to not getting over the screens that we talked about before the game. And I'm sure coach is going to be happy with the teaching tape this second half, because this guy's got after it.
Down 5 at the half. There's McGill once again. Now Ricky McGill, he's in his final run here, the senior from Spring Valley, New York. He's put 20 on the board against the Tar Heels. 6 made 3s for McGill. He's 6 of 8.
I love it. Little just said something to McGill, and McGill is like, hey, you're on a good team, but I'm a bad man by myself, and I'm going to keep coming at you.
I love the Chris Webber translations. Been a pleasure to be with you all day. This has been a blast. Great crowds here in Columbus as well. Cam Johnson drops a 3. Roy Williams said we got to shoot without fear after that first half, and they came right out of the gates in this second half. He let it run.
He knew how to get his guys some confidence.
McGill, there he is again. Hey, if you're going to go out, this is the way to go out. The senior has 23. And he got a steal. Up ahead, Gist. And Gist tried to one-hand it. Unable to capitalize in transition. The top seed, North Carolina, they're up 15 on Iona. Of coverage. That's a game reset here, 3:38 remaining. And North Carolina with an impressive second half, up 15. Looking to advance to take on Washington for a trip to the Sweet 16 tomorrow, as we check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, I wanted to just add to all the conversation about Ricky McGill, the only senior on this team, the leader of this Iona team. His story is inspiring, and you talked about the confidence he gives to this team, what he was saying when he was on defense to the North Carolina players, and that confidence has penetrated this entire team. Before the game, North Carolina was walking through the tunnels chanting, and Iona was right behind them because it's unique to this arena. The locker rooms are right next to each other, so they took the court together. And as North Carolina was chanting, Iona was saying behind them, but you don't know what we have, and you don't know who we are. And they never backed down, and it's because of Ricky. After his freshman year, Coach told him, you should go to another school and leave this team because you don't have the work ethic that I demand from my players. And he took that challenge and became the prime example of what every Iona player wants to be. And hats off to him in his career.
And that's why it's such a cool story, because all the guards that come after, they can't complain about getting yelled at by coach. They can't complain about the system, because McGill has gone through it, and he can say, listen, coach will make you better. Don't be frustrated. Listen to the message. Don't listen to the way he explains it. And you just have to love it. You got to have heart. Even if you win, you're not still better. And so those guys had to let Carolina know in the hallway, you're not just going to be chanting around us without us saying something.
Ricky McGill also had a major mechanical change. Little turnaround jam. An exclamation point from Nasir Little. A 19-point lead. Think about McGill, though, just to finish that off. He had to completely rework his shot. It was not going to play at the D1 level. So the work ethic, the bad mechanics on the shooting, and he did. He remade it over a summer. And I'm sure there is a big embrace coming between Ricky McGill and Tim Cluse. And remember, Tim Cluse kicked him out of his huddle earlier this game. He was arguing with the head coach, and he sent him to the other end. But those two have a very unique relationship. Ricky McGill, he's got 23 points. It's been a fantastic run. He has been a part of all 4 of these MAC titles, 4 consecutive years to the NCAA tournament. That's the first time that's ever happened in MAC history that a player has been a part of 4 in a row. Now just dominant inside North Carolina. The second chance points, the 19 offensive rebounds.
And that's the way it should look. Tallest player on Iona was about 6'6", or I'll give AG a little bit more than that, but he had to deal with a couple big guys inside tonight. Job well done, but great job by North Carolina sticking to the script, listening to coach, and making sure they kept their foot on the pedal.
Now Andrew Platek in the game for the Heels. Seventh Woods will run the point. Starters are done, minus May. And Johnson still on the floor. Johnson, who's fouled and one. Cameron Johnson. Speaking of guys you can't say enough about, the superlatives just fly for Cameron Johnson and what he has meant to North Carolina and how he has elevated his game. He's a senior, 5th year, got a redshirt year at Pitt, recruited by Jamie Dixon at Pitt, his hometown team. But that ends up in North Carolina. It was a bit of a battle, too, the transfer. Able to get that clearance has been great for him this year. And he will exit at 16 and a half. Did Cameron Johnson. 21 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Luke May is out. 16 and 9 for May.
Leadership from your 2 seniors. That last play, May turned down a 3-pointer on purpose because he wanted time to continue running. Not very often you have a senior-laden team with 2 guys like that, and then a freshman leader that just gets it done in Kobe.
Stanovic hits a 3. Well, they got a lot of returning players, Iona. Just that one senior that's in the regular rotation, and Ricky McGill. They're going to be a force once again. They dominated the MAC conference. And the team from New Rochelle just keeps on adding to it. They've run it into one of the best teams in the country, a team that has their sights set on a potential national championship this year with their talent. As Woods turns it over, and that'll be Iona ball. 1:13 left.
McGill is coming out his last time as a basketball player for the university. He looks over to the crowd. He grabs the top of his jersey. He's going to give his coach some love. And as an ex-hooper, that's a great feeling to see a coach embrace his players, saying thank you for the 4 years. Thank you for the back and forth. Thank you for listening and making yourself better to make us a better team.
Stanovic gets another one in. The 3-pointer is good. Tim Clue said about Ricky McGill, he went from role player with poor work ethic and a bad shot to a star in the MAC conference and one of the greats in Iona history, especially all the winning that he has been a part of. Give him a lot of credit. It's tough to see it come to an end. There's a travel. Put the ball back in Iona's hands. And Malik Rim will check in. Nothing to hang your head about there. That's a fantastic run. Crawford will exit as well. The junior, he'll be back.
Growing up in the Midwest, such a fan of the MAC conference, and again what McGill has done 4 times to the NCAA tournament from that conference cannot be overstated. And what North Carolina is after, another championship, another run. You can't overstate that in their work ethic either.
KJ Smith on the floor and gets a steal, the son of Kenny, our colleague, up top. Sterling Manley's been battling knee problems and able to get on the floor. And how about KJ Smith on the stat sheet with a steal? Fan favorite.
I know his father works in TV, but that has nothing to do with him being on this Carolina team. He's earned it. He's earned it in the gym with his father. His father has nothing to do with him being out on the floor for this great university today. He gives it in practice. You talk to the teammates, they love him. You talk to coaches. He's not an entitled kid. He's one that wants to earn it because he's grown up loving the game of basketball. And right now, it's an honor for me to be able to watch him fulfill a dream. Man, this isn't the end of it. He has a long way to go. He's going to get much better. Can't wait to see how he improves his game.
KJ Smith, Brandon Huffman on the floor. Playtech, Wes Miller, Walker Miller, I should say, the brother of Wes. All these guys getting some minutes for North Carolina as we come to the finish line here. It's been a fun day here in Columbus, Ohio, thanks to our great crew. Long day, outstanding crew of technicians, the camera operators, all those great talents in the audio department, video, the tape room, all led in the truck by Scott Cockrell and Andrew Greathouse. It's always one of my favorite days on the calendar, and great to be sitting with you. I'm looking forward to this run in March Madness, and we'll be back at it Sunday.
It's been exciting already, partner.
Brandon Huffman gets himself in the box score. One last shot for Gist, and that's going to take us to the finish line. The North Carolina Tar Heels down 5 at the half. An 88-73 win. And Tim Cluse and Roy Williams with an embrace. Tim Cluse said the first time he met Roy Williams, when he was coaching at the high school level, he coached Danny Green, and it's the last time he had seen him until now. Danny Green, the great Tar Heel, played his high school ball for Coach Cluse. Roy Williams still undefeated in first-round games when he has been the top seed, 29-0. So, North Carolina and Washington, the Huskies, with that zone defense that Mike Hopkins has brought from Syracuse. That's going to be some fun.
I can't wait. It's already exciting.
Send it to Allie LaForce.
Coach, when we spoke at the half, you challenged the emotion and the effort of this basketball team. What did you think about the way they responded in the second?
Well, Cam made the big three to start the second half, and then all of a sudden we started guarding better. Now, they missed some shots too, but I thought we guarded them a lot better, didn't give them wide open threes, and then we started moving better on the offensive end and made baskets too.
You have such a great balance of youth and experience on this team. What can the younger players learn from this slow start?
That if you play like that, you go home.
That's right. Thanks, Coach. Naz did his part. Hey, Naz, congratulations on the win. Walk me through a game like this. Such an odd first half with a really uncharacteristic slow start for this team. How did you rally your teammates to come through it?
Yeah, we played a really talented team. You know, they're extremely good at shooting the ball. Early on, the shots weren't falling for us, and you know, my job is to come in and give whatever the team needs. Getting easy buckets inside, getting to the offensive glass, things like that to get us going.
You know, when it comes to March Madness, a lot of the times you can't get away with having a bad half. How will you use this as a teaching tool, and how do you make sure it doesn't happen again on Sunday?
Yeah, man, Coach told us a lot of stuff at halftime, and, you know, this is it, man. If you lose, you go home, and nobody wants that feeling, man. We came to win it all, so we got to give it every half and every second.
Thanks, Nas. Congrats on the win. Guys.
All right, Allie, thanks. Thanks to Nasir Little. And Ricky McGill making a trip over here to get a dap from Chris Webber. What a performance. 26 points for Ricky McGill, and what a career at Iona. But Roy Williams and the Tar Heels are moving on. We saw Iowa and Tennessee advance in the South. They'll match up for a trip to the Sweet 16. Washington and North Carolina for a trip to Kansas City in the Midwest. For Chris Webber and Allie LaForce and our great crew here in Columbus, I'm Brian Anderson saying so long. Tournament continues live right now on CBS, TBS, and True TV. We'll send you to our studio after these messages. Good night from the Cap City, Columbus, Ohio, where the top seed North Carolina is moving on.